One Pump Man.
That's my favorite hentai.
Why?
Indeed. If they made
It's
a
where
Mario
it's
porno,
where
I guess
it's
why
where
not?
it's where Saitama gives Genos a hand
Saitama
job
gets a
and-
libido
Well, yeah, he gives
instead of
Genos,
punching everything around him.
Well,
Yeah.
no, he gives Genos a hand job, and it only takes one pump, and then the entire apartment's white.
What the
Indeed.
fuck?
Well, 3 in the
And
manga, it's already black and white.
And since Genos is part cyborg and part robot, he has like a fire hose penis.
I was gonna say, shouldn't he be shooting off like a giant wave of fire or something? Given that, like, I don't know how much of his body is mechanical, but you know. So what part did you said we're on part 6, right?
Yes.
Yes, this is part
Okay, good.
69.
I was gonna say, because this looked fairly familiar to the first episode for a moment.
Well, there was an area I was at near the beginning of the game. I was
Yeah, I
walking
know.
through, but now I got the space jump, so
Yeah.
things are gonna speed up a lot.
Indeed.
Speed up as in not at all.
Yes.
Where's my speed booster?
Samus can't get through the door.
Samus can't speed
She
boost
can't do
in
it, it's not possible.
Prime. That's not a thing.
Is she?
This is an FPS.
I'm curious how that would even work in a 3D space, to be honest.
What?
I mean, unless they did a third-person thing, the speed booster.
This- Yeah, it worked. It's in Other
Yeah,
M.
Other M has it.
Well, yeah, but isn't Other M mostly 2D?
No.
It's 3D.
Or most of the platforming is 2D anyway. Oh.
Well, it's like a weird. It's like like there's it's like an 8-directional
It's
plane
like
because deep
Okay.
because deep had horse crap.
Okay.
Frickin'
Because most of the platforming stuff I've seen from Other M seems to be 2D stuff, but I haven't seen much of Other M, period. So, yeah.
that's good.
Don't touch Other
That's a
M.
good thing.
I'll just leave it at
It's
that.
not worth it.
I'm gonna get Other M
Like I said, people
someday,
say like,
so-
oh, Other M's gameplay is okay. It makes up for the bad story. No, I've gone over this multiple times where I think the
Well,
gameplay
I've never
in Other
heard
M
anyone
is
say that it
frickin'
makes
stale.
up for it. I've
Well, you
just
know
heard
what I
people say
mean,
the
though, right?
gameplay's
It's just
alright.
incredible. I just find it incredibly stale and bland, and then really awkward to do some things that
I
are a
could
lot
see
easier to
that,
do in
but-
like Prime.
I could see
Because like
that,
remember
but
what
at
I
the same
remember what
time,
I
I'm
said.
used
You have to
using
turn.
D-pads
You
in the
have
3D
to turn.
space.
You have to turn the Wiimote around from holding it to shoot a missile, and you can't move while shooting a missile.
Yeah, it sounds obnoxious. Are the missiles even that useful in regular combat?
No, you only use them for puzzle solving, but still.
Okay,
It's a little- I think you also have to
guess
do that
that's
for the
not
grapple
big a
beam.
deal.
But it's still stupid. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's stupid.
They should have made it so like if you
saying.
push B, it does the Metroid thing where it makes
They should have
the
made it
missiles.
so the game wasn't shit.
They should have made it so you could use the classic controller
Why can't I use the nunchuck?
or a nunchuck.
Why can't Metroid 3D?
Yeah, why can't Metroid in 3D? It did it 3 times and it was pretty good.
Prime. The entire
Yeah,
Prime
exactly. That's what I
series.
mean.
Except for pinball. We don't count.
Well, pinball is not even a 3D game.
Pinball is the best game.
Pinball is the only game. It's kind of like how Shrek Super Slam is the only good fighting game, and that should be the only game at EVO.
The 2 Shrek games on the Game Boy Advance are the only 2 platformers.
You know, people are gonna be wondering about Prime
The 3
Pinball. I should probably tell them that they shouldn't buy it.
No, there's definitely better pinball games out there than Prime
Yeah,
Pinball.
do not get
Well,
Prime
if you're
Pinball.
going to
because
Metroid, you're not
wasting
going there
time.
for pinball to begin with.
I'll just leave it at this.
What's
I mean,
Prime
although with
Pinball
Metroid it
is
makes
stupid.
although like pinball makes more sense with Metroid than like well, I guess Pokemon is okay because of
Mario.
the Pokeball, but it makes more sense than like Mario because like look that's exactly the reason why it makes sense for Metroid right there.
Exactly. The Game Boy Advance was a weird era for Mario, because Mario did a lot of weird shit on the Game Boy Advance.
Well, just like the early 2000s was weird for video games like mascot games
Yeah,
in
the
general.
GameCube, Game Boy Advance, I guess. Well, yeah, PS2, because there was a lot of new IPs on that. Lots of new shit, and then they just kind of stopped. Well, not stopped.
You know
but,
what
like,
annoys me? How they say like, oh, there's no PlayStation All Stars on PlayStation All Stars Battle Royale. They're just talking about Spyro and Crash Bandicoot, because I'm pretty sure Sly Cooper, Ratchet and Clank, and like Jak and Daxter are all PlayStation All Stars. Honestly,
They are.
Although
They
like
are.
Jak and Daxter and Sly didn't really have much of a franchise after the PS2. Freaking Ratchet and Clank is like the most successful of
Well,
those
did
games.
did Crash Bandicoot have much of a franchise after the PS1?
Yeah, he had Wrath and Cortex,
Yeah,
which is a pretty blood game. But it's
I've heard that
basically
most
just
of the Crash games after the PS1 are pretty meh.
well, like Crash to Insanity is good. It's not definitely not as good as the other ones, but it's a really enjoyable game either way. It has like the whole entire like license game thing where like it just doesn't know what to do and just does random crap all the time. But like they actually get it to
Crash,
work.
boom. Crash and boom.
But you know what I mean, like how a lot of licensed games just like every level is just like something completely different and stupid.
They don't know how to video.
But like
game.
with Twinsanity, it works to its benefit because like there's like although there is like a similar like normal platforming gameplay style, there's a lot of like extra silly things it does.
Huh. Okay. Did Spire have much
and there's
of
and Crash Twinsanity is freaking hilarious actually. It's like one of the funniest games you'll ever play.
I think I actually owned Twinsanity, but when I got it, like the disc was so scratched I couldn't play it. And we never bothered to go back to get it returned. Like it wasn't a new disc. I think it was a used disc. At least I hope it was. But like we never bothered to go back and get it returned. And yeah.
Have you ever seen that really like you've probably heard of like the try not to watch while smiling or laughing videos, right?
Yeah, they're pretty easy.
But like you've seen like the really old school one, which is like the GIF of like the stormtrooper doing like the crotch chopping with the acapella music in the background. Have you seen that one?
No, I don't think so.
Not the crotch chopping, but like the air humping thing. You know what I mean? Like that kind of motion.
Is that the thing from Force Awakens?
No. It was way older. That's way older than Force Awakens.
Okay, because I don't remember.
It's like early YouTube.
Gifts,
but there's
I don't go to my way.
Aston, have you ever seen that video then?
What?
It was just like one of the first like try not to laugh while watching this videos I remember.
Those challenges are stupid.
Yeah, a lot of them are dumb. But what I was trying to say is that like the song in that video is some freaking Crash Twinsanity.
Jake, I'm gonna say this now. You probably could have saved some time not going through the top.
You could have saved some time by playing Fusion instead.
No. I like this game more than Fusion. Scrub. Opinions exist. Scrub.
But Fusion is good.
Fusion is good, but I like Prime more.
No.
I just like Prime more.
When's Metroid 5?
I don't know.
When is Metroid 5?
When's
Wasn't
Metroid
Prime, I guess?
4?
Which one came out first, Prime or Fusion?
They came out on the exact same day.
Oh, did they? Well, fuck.
Yes.
They're both Metroid 5.
Well, no, Fusion's Metroid 4.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but that's what I'm saying. They both came out on the same day. I'm guessing Prime is Metroid 5 technically.
Well, no, it's Metroid like 1.5 because it comes after 1 and before 2.
It's clearly the best recreation of Metroid 1 I've ever seen.
Because you go, the Kingdom Hearts
Sebas
thing,
looks a lot prettier and is located a couple million miles away from where it used to be. That's cool.
Actually, this is in the same solar system as Zebus.
Oh.
And I think SR38. I'm not sure.
Does like all of Metroid take place in the same solar system, or is it?
No,
not really.
But
okay.
Actually, I'm not sure if it's in the same system as SR3088. But I know for a fact it's in the same system as Zebus because there's like you see a star map, well not star map, but like a solar system map later in the game, and one of the planets you can scan is planet Zebus.
Okay, I know all the canon games take place in the same solar system.
Obligatory
sure?
boss rush. I mean,
well, like Metroid 1, Super Metroid are in the same planet. SSR388.
Oh, yeah.
We think is in the same solar system, and Fusion
I don't think it
takes
is.
place.
Oh, it is?
It is.
Okay,
presumably.
then yeah, it takes place in the same solar system. We're gonna presume. Just
then what's the point of having a galactic
sake.
federation if you're only gonna be grounded in one spot?
Well, that's what the other games are for, even though they're not canon. Well, I guess
What?
Yeah.
Well, Town 4 is on the same system.
I was trying to think whether
like
or not Other M was canon, but Fusion is related to Fusion, so yeah.
Hang on, let me check something real quick.
I hate how Other M is canon. I hate how Other M is canon, but not the Prime series, because the freaking Japanese are petty assholes.
Well, clearly it earned it.
They're mad they made 3 consistently good games in a row really quickly.
It is a threatening boss. It's just gonna stand in the middle of the fucking room.
Well, I mean, if you shoot it, it does no damage.
I'm gonna say this now. This boss is an absolute pain in the ass.
Yeah, you have to like wait until it shoots something.
A lot of the bosses in Prime don't seem very...
Wait, that's what you had to do?
I'm not gonna say not fun,
I laid bombs on it.
Oh.
You just keep shooting missiles.
I'll say a lot of the earlier on bosses, at the very least in Prime, don't seem terribly interesting. Like this just kind of seems like, oh...
Yeah, you gotta just pop him in the mouth.
He just kind of looks like he stands there and just takes missiles.
You just had... Isn't that every Metroid boss?
Well, like this one, there doesn't seem to be a whole lot of like moving around. It's just kind of moving back and forth. There's not a whole lot of...
Well, I mean, it's supposed to charge you, but I think I just got in a stupid AI lock.
Well, yeah, but I don't know. It stood in the middle of the fucking room for like 20 seconds. Well, not 20 seconds, but it stood there for quite a bit of time for how long a boss should be standing.
And guess what? We finally
Fusion
get
boss
Wave
is
Beam.
better. This is the LP where I bitch.
Yes, it is. You're a bitch.
Jake doesn't like that, but I'm gonna keep bitching because...
Spoiler alert, it doesn't go through walls, sadly.
What? Well, the other ones wouldn't be loaded, so...
Worst game.
Worst game 0 to 10 is not canon.
Fuck Japan. This game is
Wave
totally
Beam's
canon.
fucked up 0 to 10.
This game might as well be canon. It's not like it conflicts with anything.
Yeah.
Like if as long as it doesn't conflict with anything, it's perfectly fine to consider something canon in most cases.
And like I said, like, Metroid Prime is the highest selling Metroid game of all time.
That's cool.
Yeah, the first one is, and also like in America, also specifically in America, like because like it's not as popular in Japan as America, but that's the same for Metroid. But like it's a bit more of a proportion. But like this game has like over 1 million sales, where none of the other Metroid games actually have that.
Huh. Ain't that something? Anywho, Wave Beam. This game doesn't have beam switching, does it? Everything just stacks.
No.
Oh.
No, this game has switching.
Oh, okay.
Stacking isn't in the 2D games usually.
Okay.
They stack in Prime 2. I mean, Prime 3.